Now, the Al-Qaeda chief Al-Zawahiri has now lauded what he calls a noble woman of India, Muskan Khan, for protesting against the hijab ban in Karnataka's pre-university classrooms. Now, following which the Karnataka Home Minister has ordered a special investigation into this matter. Now, the Al-Qaeda seems to be picking up on the hijab controversy. What we are hearing is that Al-Zawahiri has actually lauded what he calls a noble woman of India. Let's listen into what Al-Zawahiri actually said.
وسائط التواصل يوم الأربعاء 8 رجب مقطع الأخت المجاهدة بلسانها وسلوكها في جامعة الهندية، وهي تتحدى غوغاء الوثنيين المشركين الهنود بتكبيرها وعزتها وحجابها. فجزاها الله عن الإسلام والمسلمين وعن عزة المسلمات خير الجزاء. جزاها الله خير جزاء على ما أحيته في الأمة من تعاطف وتعاضد وتجمع لنصرة شريعتها وأحكام دينها. وجزاها الله خير الجزاء على دفاعها بحجابها واعتزازها به، وعلى ما أظهرت من سمو أمة الإسلام نشرت وسائل.
All right, now that of course is the Al-Qaeda chief Al-Zawahiri now lauding what he calls the noble woman of India, Muskan Khan, for protesting against the hijab ban in Karnataka pre-university classrooms. Remember that Muskan Khan was actually the woman who's seen in this footage on your screens right now. She was someone who actually protested widely against the hijab ban in classrooms. Now, also the Karnataka High Court has upheld the fact that universities and colleges across the state have the right to decide their own uniforms. But now this issue seems to be picked up by the Al-Qaeda right now, where we see the Al-Qaeda chief Zawahiri actually lauding her, saying that she's a noble woman of India. Also, we are getting reactions from the Karnataka Home Minister, who's now ordered a special investigation into this matter. I'm going to try and go across to Sage Raj, who is in Bengaluru. Aneri is also joining us from Hyderabad. Gursimran is live from Jammu. To you first, Sage. Give us more details on what you're hearing from the state government on this.
See, the state government have taken cognizance of this entire issue, and already a special investigation was ordered ever since this hijab row broke out, and they are also trying to ascertain about few radicalized communal element and organization behind these students. Remember, these students are teenage kids who are studying in their 10th, 11th and 12th, where their age might be somewhere around 16 to 18 years old, and these students are completely radicalized and they are forced to get involved in this kind of protest. Even Republic had exposed one of the organization behind these students who is provoking them and instigating them to get involved in all this protest. Now, everything is quite evident. Even the Home Minister of Karnataka, Araganyanindra, who spoke to media, went on to say that they had been befitting, saying that yes, it is the communal force behind them. And now it is quite evident that when the international terrorists, jihadi Al-Zawahiri, who have endorsed her statement and praised her defense against this particular act. And the Home Minister also clearly stated that central agency as well as state government is looking into all these controversies of hijab and trying to investigate what really went wrong and who are the people behind these students who protested against this entire hijab rule.
All right, Gursimran, to you now. Gursimran, is this being looked upon as a rather open call to violence that's been given out? Because the Al-Zawahiri himself, as well as the Al-Qaeda, is largely seen as a terrorist organization in most of the world, actually.
See, that's very true, and the way the statement has come from the Al-Zawahiri, the global terrorist, it clearly hints that this is not something that has been restricted just to the hijab ban or opposing it, but it could be possibly a bigger, larger plot that we are looking into that was backed by a terror group. Because the way Al-Zawahiri has come out with a statement hailing the student Muskan, who was in favor or who was against the ban on the hijab and openly supported the hijab, and now the Al-Qaeda coming into the frame, because you know that there are several cases in the India where Al-Qaeda was directly involved in the terror activities in the country, and they have tried to radicalize many people to join the terror ranks. So this could be that plot that the Al-Qaeda, on the behest of someone, was directly or indirectly involved in the same, because it clearly seems so. And second important thing is he has called for a resistance to this. That clearly means that they want to divide India on the communal basis, and that's why they have said that the operation that is being done on the Muslim needs to be given an answer. So these are something that the security agencies are also taking very seriously, because this pertains to the national security and the sovereignty of the country, not only to the issue of the hijab ban in a state. Nupur.
Right. Barkha is also joining us from the Delhi newsroom. Barkha, the call that's been given by Al-Zawahiri is also, you know, they're not really known to uphold women's rights, the Al-Qaeda. So in that sense also, this is a step back, because, you know, India itself would not be, want to be seen as a country which actually holds back women's rights.
It is a setback, clearly, Nupur, and you can clearly see that from where the backing is being given. Can you see the terror group Al-Qaeda's chief is saying that whatever that girl did was absolutely right, and he was getting all the information from the social media. Now you can clearly see that how closely are they monitoring whatever is happening in India, and if they are getting such backing from these people, from terror groups, you can very well imagine that how they are actually now trying to flare the communal tensions again. All the people from the government now giving different reactions on it, and we clearly heard the High Court giving its directions then that these kind of things, they just cannot happen in schools and colleges. And the kind of behavior these kids were showing, that girl was showing, and the other women were showing, they were really unacceptable. And there are a few things which are mentioned by this Al-Qaeda chief.
Right, absolutely. Barkha, I'm going to come back to you just now in a bit, but on the phone line with us is Brigadier Jamwal. Brigadier Jamwal, how do you see this? Now, Al-Zawahiri, of course, has been a wanted man. The Al-Qaeda is looked upon as a terrorist organization. Would you see this as a security threat to India? Brigadier Jamwal?
It has been a very cozy ecosystem spread across the globe. Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, I'm saying this has been a very cozy ecosystem spread across the globe. The sport on hijab is one thing, but it is just coming to light now that this global ecosystem exists. And in any case, it is a lesson for our people. In Afghanistan now, Taliban has virtually prohibited education for the girls. Now, this thing, if they want to, they are so fond of, the Sharia or this thing, let them follow the guidelines given by them. They can't take it halfway through. This part would be ours, this part would be theirs. So this thing, and the very support these guys are giving, it is obviously intended to incite things in India. It is timed. It is time when the globe is going, and the whole world is going through a lot of crisis and all. Pakistan is in crisis. And this is the time they're thinking probably, since the whole subcontinent is in some kind of crisis, India is the only shining light where, things are okay. So it is not acceptable to a lot of people. So they want to ring up trouble here also. All this hijab controversy and all, they never existed. Suddenly, some people come up and then they say, no, we want to suddenly wear hijab to school. Tomorrow these girls would be doctors, they would be flight attendants, they'll be engineers. Imagine you going to a doctor, whose face you can't see. Who would go? They're going to work in factories. I mean, their education is for what purpose? Any purpose you go, meaningful purpose. Today you see, I mean, working girls, where do they wear this thing? Let us say they join the armed forces tomorrow. So tomorrow they will want to say, okay, we will wear uniform and we will not wear uniform, we'll wear hijab. Where does it end? Where does it end? So,
right, absolutely. So, Brigadier Jamwal, what you're saying is that personal choice is something different, but the court, of course, has said that this is not essential religious practice. Okay, I'm going to go across to Aneri right now. Aneri, what are the kind of reactions that you're getting from the student community to this?
Well, Nupur, when we speak about this whole incident and when the hijab issue which has broken out in the state of Karnataka, we definitely saw that the political parties had been given, each other, the political war of words between the BJP, the Congress and JDS had broken out. But also at the same time, they had said that they are trying to communalize the matter. But we also see that after the Karnataka High Court's verdict, we see that there was the matter which was listed in the Supreme Court. But yes, as the Karnataka High Court has said that now the government can decide over its uniform. But definitely now this has come as a major breakdown as we see that Al-Qaeda has now called Muskan as a model. And also we have been seeing that a lot of political reactions coming in this regard.
Absolutely. As you're pointing out, obviously, there are diverse reactions coming in from various sides. Thank you, all of you, Sage Raj, Aneri, Gursimran and Barkha and Brigadier Jamwal for joining us.